Alright, so I already told you about this book that I bought to congratulate myself for being a straight A graduate student. Well, it was when I only took 4 classes. Now I have a total of 6 and 5 of them are A, one of them is C. Anyway, so this is a book by astronaut Buzz Aldrin. The title is No Dream is Too High. Life Lessons from a Man Who Walked on the Moon. And I love this book so much. Everybody has to read this book. Like it or not, you have to read this book. It is an order from me. And why is that? Okay, so there are many things wonderful in this book, but there are a few things that I want to tell you that is why you need to read this book. Okay. Buzz Aldrin, he has a great sense of humor. Okay. Great sense of humor. Okay. So, he was the second person to walk on the moon. And, nobody likes to be second, right? So, this is what he wrote. Who wants to be number 2? You never see a team running off the field after a game shouting, "We're number 2! We're number 2!" You see? He has a great sense of humor. Okay? You have to have a sense of humor. And then another thing that he has a good sense of humor is he owns the title as the first person ever to take a selfie in space. And that happened during his Jeremy 12 space walk. Okay. So that is about his sense of humor. Another thing that you have to get the book, to buy the book, to learn from him. Okay, camera, you're not, okay, focusing. There you go. Whether number 1 or number 2 or a number far down the pecking order. Regardless of your position, never turn in less than your best work. Refuse to take fail from lack of effort, whether physical conditioning or mental work. And don't fool yourself thinking is hard work. Thinking is not hard work. That's what he meant. All work is noble. If it is legal and ethical, so do your best. Whether you are first, second, or last, never lose an opportunity, a job, an election, a competition, or anything else because you were too lazy to give in your best effort. Certainly, you need rest and recreation, but keep those balanced with hard work. Remember, while you are partying, someone else is working hard to succeed. It's okay to be second, and as long as you do the absolute best you can do. Okay. And then there's more. Here it comes. So he shared that, even though he's, the second person walks on the moon and, he's an astronaut, achieved all sorts of greatness, but he shares some personal thing. I've had my share of setbacks and disappointments in life. When I returned from the moon, I fell into a series of depressions and bouts with alcohol because I had great difficulty finding something meaningful to do. After you have done what no human beings have done in all of history, and you are going to be dealing with a certain level of celebrity for the rest of your life, it is hard to get excited about a normal job or a mundane military career. So for a while, I experienced a roller coaster of emotion, and it wasn't until I returned to what I was passionate about, space exploration, and that I truly found my equilibrium again. So he shared his setback and stuff. Now this homepage is a lot, so I would just kind of do it like this. So if you want to read, you read. So pretty much he was sharing his struggle, and he say that is not a sign of weakness if you want to ask for help. Like this one. Sometimes it is tough to admit that you need help, but it is an important step. I had always enjoyed alcohol, but when I came back from the moon and experienced frustrations regarding the future of the space program as well as my own future, I started drinking far too much and too often. Occasionally, I spent a few weeks in treatment centers, and although I found wonderful short-term help, I continued a downward spiral. So he shared his weakness and how he asked for help and stuff. And this is how he shared what's important for a person to discover what meaningful things in your life and stuff. I know from experience just how important it is to discover and pursue a path about which you are truly excited, one that matters and is meaningful to you. If you are not sure what that is, ask yourself, what gives me the greatest sense of joy or meaningful or pleasure? What makes me happy and fulfilled? Whatever it is, go out and go for it. Go out and go for it. Find out and go for it. Where will you go? What will you do no matter what the cost? When you discover what that is, tell yourself over and over again, I am so excited I get to do this. I'm going to do this because I want to, not because I have to. Pick an amazing dream and go for it. Don't merely make a living, make a life. Launch out farther than you've ever gone before. Today, you have a shot at forever. Somebody is going to do something big, so ask yourself, why not me? Why not take a chance? Isn't it awesome? And then more of something like this. I've never had much appreciation for the word no. Instead, I prefer perseverance or persistence. Much more than talent or pleasant personality, perseverance and persistence will open doors for you. If you simply keep working toward your goal and refuse to give up. Although I am one of the best known astronauts in American history, believe it or not, I was not accepted the first time I applied to become a NASA astronaut, as I already mentioned. So, yep. And this. Sometimes, if you think too long about something you want to do or some risk you want to take, you take yourself out of it. On the other hand, if you muster your courage and just boldly step out and do it, you find that doors open for you that other people say are impossible to go through. And granted, there are times when you have to change directions or try another method to achieve your goals. It takes courage to say something that isn't working. So let's try something different. There you go. And this is a lot. Sometimes you just have to be persistent and you cannot take no for an answer. And he talks more about it. So if you want to pause here and read the whole thing. Next one. You don't have to go to the moon to maintain a sense of wonder in life. You just need to foster an adventurous spirit. Find tremendous pleasure in the little things everywhere I go. So, yep. Find something in the little things. People who say failure is not an option are usually trying to motivate others to excellence, and that is noble. But the truth is, if you are afraid to fail, you will probably not accomplish much in life. Imagine if failure were not an option for the space program. We'd have never gotten off the ground. So, yep. If you want to do something significant, something novel, something that perhaps has never been done before, you must be willing to fail. And don't be surprised or devastated when you do. It is not the end of the world and untold numbers of people have experienced major failures and have come back from them. Not only more successful, but also as better, stronger people. Over the years of my life, I've been quite open about the failures I've endured. I find that many people can relate more to my mistakes than they can to my successes. In truth, they both go hand in hand. My failures have led to my successes, and some of my greatest achievements have set me up for my worst falls. But I've learned and I've grown from both kinds of experiences. Some people don't like to admit that they have failed or that they have not yet achieved their goals or live up to their own expectations. But failure is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign that you are alive and growing. So yeah, she taught you so many wonderful lessons. Get out of your comfort zone and be willing to take some risks as you work on new tasks. Some individuals have an answer to risk. No, have an aversion to risk. But it is not foolish to accept a level of risk as long as the magnitude and worthiness of the goal you are seeking to achieve is commensurate with your risk. As your comfort zone expands, seek out even greater challenges. It is often said, and it really is true. You can do almost anything if you put your mind to it. Keep in mind that progress is not always linear. It takes constant course correcting and often a lot of zigzagging. Unfortunate things happen, accidents occur, and setbacks are usually painful, but that does not mean we quit anyway. So those are the few things that I really love that Buzz shared in his book. So yeah, everybody, you have to buy this book. Or you don't have to buy this book, but you have to read this book. It teaches you so many lessons as a person and everything. To learn, to grow. Anyway, yep, here we go. Thanks, Buzz. Alright, anybody? Everybody, you like it? Get the vaccine, wear the mask, do the right thing. Alright, read the book. Okay, bye.